Hey, Christian. I'm just curious, what kind of things does Coach Saban stress to you guys coming out of a bye week?
I think just really focusing in on the details. A lot of the things that allow teams to create explosive plays on us as a defense or as a whole. Just like I said, just focusing in on those details throughout the week and getting better at those things so we can be ready for the next game.
Charlie Potter, go ahead.
Hey, Christian, being a guy from Louisiana, just how much does this game against LSU mean to you?
I mean, it's always a fun time for me to play LSU. A couple of those guys I got to play against in high school, and I knew a lot of them from high school, so it's always a fun time.
Mike Rodak, go ahead.
And I know it's going back a couple years, but when you're making that decision to go to Alabama instead of staying home at LSU, just what's it like telling people about that in your home state?
It's always tough, of course. A lot of people there are LSU fans, but at the end of the day, I had to do what was best for me and my family. So, that's what it really came down to at the end.
Charlie Potter.
Yeah, obviously a couple years ago, LSU won in Tuscaloosa, and they had a lot to say about it after the game. Is that something that still kind of motivates you guys, even though it's been 2 years since then?
Last year, whatever year that was my freshman year. That was in the past. I think right now we just need to focus on doing what we're supposed to do, executing out our game plan for this week to give us the best opportunity to have the outcome that we want.
All right, questions for Christian? Go ahead and raise your hand. Tony, go ahead.
Nick Saban said that he expects this game to be physical, and that's a common trend when you look at this matchup. Just what about this matchup do you think brings out the physical nature in both teams?
I think just, a lot of guys like to compete. Of course, we love to compete, so it's an SEC game, a big SEC game. It's always been a physical game, and I think that's the most exciting part, just the physicality part. I think we all like that. That's why we came here to play SEC ball, so for games like this. So I think it's a great opportunity for us.
Charlie, go ahead.
Yeah, yesterday Phil said that you're remembered for what you do in November. That's something you guys say around the building. Just how important is it for you guys, and how much have you talked about kind of finishing this final third of the regular season strong?
The month of November for us, especially this year, be a big jump for us. Just focusing on the remainder of the season, make sure we finish strong. That's really something Coach likes to emphasize a lot with us is just finishing. And I think, the month of November is the tougher part of the season, getting later into the season. So I think, like I said, just finishing is the main focus.
Casagrande, go ahead.
Yeah, when you look at film of LSU, what stands out about their offense?
They're pretty good really all around, I think. I know they have younger receivers, but their run game, their running back, he's a real tough runner, runs behind his pads. I got to play against him a lot in high school, too, as well. So I've been seeing him do well for a long time, and, I think he's done really well for him. I think, like I said, as an offense as a whole, they have really great players, really fast players. They're pretty explosive, and like I said, they really present a great challenge for us.
Mike Rodak, go ahead.
Yeah, what's your relationship been like with Pete Golding, going back to the recruiting process and then continuing on as your position coach the last couple of years?
I've always had a good relationship with Pete since he started recruiting me. He's helped me a lot. Of course, knowing that I never played this position before, he just came in and I learned everything I could from him and the guys that were here before that were playing here. So it's always been a good relationship.
Jeff Spiegel, go ahead.
Christian, you're a semifinalist for the Butkus Award. I know you're not hung up on awards, right now at this point, but what does that say about your development as a player and how far you've come since you got to Bama?
For me, myself, I don't think I'm anywhere near capable of what I've shown, what I've done so far. I think, like I said, the main focus right now is as a team, just winning each game, one game at a time, and getting that end result that we want. I think that's the main focus for me and everybody on our team right now. So that's all I'm really worried about.
Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, you said you had some high school matchups with the running back. Which running back are we talking about? And any memorable?
Ty Davis. Number 3, Ty Davis.
Okay. Any memorable moments with him?
Each year it was always a good game, whether it was a home game or a away game for us. And like I said, he's always bring it every game. I got to play against him a little bit in the Little League as well. I got to play against him all my life, so it's been pretty cool to get the chance to do it again.
All right, last question. Go ahead, Tony.
Do you feel this defense can still be elite? And in your opinion, what does it mean to be an elite defense in today's game?
I think, we definitely have the capability of being an elite team. I think that comes with just executing everybody, on the same page doing their job for 4 quarters. And I think, if we do that, we can be that elite defense that we see ourselves being. And, I think we're working towards that. That's why we had the bye week, to work on those little technique things, the details, to focus on that. And like I said, we got the rest of the season to finish off, and we just got to make sure we finish strong.